Let's talk music. Now, fame is no respecter of persons, and anybody who finds his or her way into the spotlight can become lost if care is not taken. So says gospel singer Pita, who documents his experience in a new song titled The One.
You are my superstar. You brought me where I am today.
Gospel singer Pita, who recently released the video for emotionally gripping song The One, says all celebrities run the risk of losing themselves in the limelight, as fame can make anyone lose focus.
Don't want another one but you, only you.
The track is off his latest album, The Yearning, a self-produced body of work he says was made strictly for Christians who have lost their way. The One also documents his personal experience, as well as a near fall from grace.
More than this melody, more than this harmony, yes, Jesus, you are the one. Jesus, you are the one. I am nothing.
I wrote The One in 2016, and it came from a place where I had, it's so easy to talk about that now. I was having a lot of issues with my personal life, and there was a lot of struggle, losing focus of what I wanted to do, who I wanted to serve. You know, it now looked like it was all about me and not God anymore. So I was dating someone at that time, and she was having a lot of issues with my new crazy self, the new guy who thought he had found fame and was just misbehaving up and down. And so we spoke about it, and I found out that my life wasn't what I wanted it to be. So I sat down and, you know, found my way back to God, and I started writing about it. More than anything that I have. That's why the lyrics of the song says, more than this melody, more than the harmony, Jesus, you are the one. It's not about me. You are the brand. Whether I have 1 million followers, it doesn't stand as anything if I don't have you in my life. That's why I'm like, you are the one.
More than this melody, more than this harmony, Jesus, you are the one. Jesus.
This may come as a surprise to many who believe faith-based singers should live up to certain moral standards in the society.
More than this harmony, Jesus, you are the one. Jesus, you are the sun. I am nothing without you.
Fame doesn't have a religion. Fame doesn't care if you're gospel or secular or anything. But for us gospel artists, there's a model, there's a precept, there's a guideline to follow. But in the end, you're a human being. You know, it's so easy. Being proud is quite easy. I think that's like the easiest thing ever. All you need to do is raise your shoulders and you're good to go. And sometimes, and that's why you see record labels and artists always have issues, because one person feels like I'm bigger than the other. Record label feels we made you, artist feels like I made you. Well, the sooner everybody comes to realize that we both work together for a common goal, we'll be all right. But creative people are very, very susceptible to those kind of things. And for me as a gospel artist, I'll speak as a Christian. This was the devil's place. He's not happy with you. You're doing his work. You're taking his job. And so he will fight you with everything he can. The fame, the money, the women. And right now, I don't even think that's the only thing we need to deal with anymore. Now we now have to deal with social media. We now have to deal with the lies, the pretense. We also have to deal with people who betray us. Because sometimes you don't wake up and decide that I want to be a mean person. It's just how people react. I had this thing back in the day. I was nice to everybody. People used to say, oh, Peter is the friendliest artist ever. But, you know, I started hearing girls say, oh, he led me on, or he did this. I'm like, hello, last I checked, I'm not a shepherd and you're not a sheep. So how did I lead you? But hey, these things happen and you become a different person. And you just want to just ignore everybody. I'm like, somebody said, and you can't win. They're like, yeah, you're snob. Or you're leading somebody on. Or you're too nice. Or you're not that nice. It's just weird. So what you do, you just follow God and just hope for the best. You know, it's not a, losing my way was just it was a gradual process. It's always a gradual process. You just don't wake up and lose your way. It's just like a tree. A tree doesn't just wake up. You know, there are roots, there's a stem, there are leaves. So the things like that come little by little. Somebody tells you that, oh, you're the greatest voice I've ever heard. And, you know, you begin to compare, you begin to compete. And, you know, you're like, I made this by myself, man. Look at me, talented. I'm rehearsing 8 hours a day. You don't have to talk to me that way. I'm a boss. Do you know that I went to Unilag, the best federal university in the world, that kind of stuff? Rubbish. But all these things happen to us, and it just happens. And sometimes I got to a place where I don't even look at people. Like, I don't judge anybody anymore because I have experienced it. It is not an easy place to be. I even feel for the secular artists, to be honest. I do feel for them because truth is, we have a guideline. There's a principle guiding us. You should not do this. So sometimes we pretend and hide and do stuff. But there's nothing guiding them. They don't need to hide. They don't need to pretend. So the Babymama syndrome will continue. Except there's a moral. I don't even like saying moral. When God is on the inside, that's when we begin to curtail all these things. And when we make mistakes, there's a God on the inside that bears us witness, and we begin to find ourselves.
I didn't break it. I kept my word to fight for you. If I die before you wake, I'm sorry to say I didn't make it. Remember me, pray for me. I'm your soldier. I'm your soldier.
I have very honest friends who tell me what they think, and everybody's like, this is nice. Did you shoot this in Nigeria? Camera quality is cool. Something. I'm like, it was shot in Nigeria. What's wrong with all of you? So it's been very, 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 very good. A very funny friend of mine, who's like my goddaughter, she goes, oh, so I don't understand the ballerina. Why should I say? She's expressing her love for God by a dance. So that's the only funny response I've gotten. But every other person, you know, people have just connected in a way that I didn't think they would. Because for me, I felt like I was just expressing what was on the inside of me. I didn't know how people would take it. And to be honest, I didn't want to care. Because this album was all about my story, what it's been like working with God and staying with Him. And I'm just grateful that people have been able to reach and feel what I felt, and now they're loving it and they're sharing it. Keep sharing, don't stop.
I am today.
Giving the one visual interpretation on a low budget was a different matter entirely. So Pita went back to the basics and called his friend and popular video director, Paul Gambit.
We'd been friends for many years. He's now a popular video director. So I went to see him, spoke to him about it. I told him, look, you know, I don't have the budget of all them big boys, but this is a simple idea I have. This is what I want to do. Would you be able to? Weird enough, he had a big problem with doing the video because he was saying, oh, this budget, I don't want to spoil your work, I don't want to spoil my work and everything. I told him, I said, do you remember how we started? Because he was the one who shot my first ever video. So remember how we started and how it was. It was like our hustle days. Let's go back to the hustle days and just create something. And so by the time we finished, he was like, I really like this video. I really like this video. Very low budget, but hey, message is passed.
The video leads the way for a new body of work.
So I'm recording an album that we will properly push. And it will be released sometime this year in November, hopefully. Earlier, but not later than November. It might be earlier. But for every month this year, I will be releasing new stuff. New videos, new audio, new everything.
Pita debuted in the Nigerian music industry in 2009 with the song Imela.